Say it again, genius.
Recording so I could call the cops.
And tell them what?
I just want to know what.
Tell them what?
What you're.
No, you vocalize the threat. Tell them what?
Wait, how was that?
Tell them what?
How was that?
Tell them what, genius?
How was that?
Tell them what?
That you are.
She's going to prison. She's following up the street. And she's inebriated, smells like marijuana while she's driving. This is impossible light, and she's engaged in surveillance just like 9LGJ845, and you're gonna call the police for what? While, moreover, you're gang stalking 9DCD155, that's a psychopath that's engaged in murdering, and she's a homosexual predator obsessed with my vagina, and is mad because I'm providing the evidence of it. That's why the Ontario police are being disbanded. And this is all impossible light. 9LGJ845 is threatening me as well. They're stalking together. The fake sons follow me up the street. You ain't got to say nothing, but this is surveillance. This is the entity that's engaged in this. Outside of this is the same fake son that's over me at this Vesta and Bonita. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the video of the Ontario Fire Department gang stalking impossible light moving across this house. I'm walking by this house and the entity has engineered light across it, and I walk through it and my shadow is magnified on the side of it. This is the fake son over me at what is 7:34 a.m. during daylight savings time. During standard time, that is 6:34 a.m. They're engaging in surveillance and threatening to engage in stalking calling the psychopaths on whose behalf they're engaging in surveillance in this environment. They're going to be committed and they're going to federal prison. These are a bunch of homosexual predators, but the males are gang stalking as well. The reason why I'm referring to them is because these are not human beings. These are spirits. These are demons. Okay, they are cloaking themselves. The demon possessed are walking around wanting to appear as normal human beings like you and I, and they're not. They're obsessed with our genitalia. They're obsessed with everything about us, and they are stalking as a population. And they have the audacity to engage in criminal activity. You're threatening the wrong person. She's going to prison. I want to be clear. This is just like the one at 218 C Street. You're vocalizing a threat. You're going to call the police who are stalking with you, via you, and tell them what? So that people like Craig Hazelwood commit kidnapping. They're going to prison. License plate 8WAT062. They're going to federal prison. Okay, and that's why she can't tell me. What are you going to call and tell the police what? And why are you a psychopath acting as though you're reporting something to them when they are monitoring through you? They're the same demonic spirit. That malice is how they commit murder and kidnappings. POC 9UPR317, psychopathic pacing, stalking together, obsessed, being documented, being prosecuted, still doing that. That's what's communicating a threat. This is what's stalking in planes. They're driving through impossible light activity. At the venue where I'm documenting the fake sun well into the afternoon and the sunset. And I want to be clear, all of the entity, everybody collecting government assistance, you can't pay your rent, you're collecting welfare, you have your kids on the system, you're here as an immigrant, be prepared. All manner of the federal government is going to prosecute you and you will be relieved. You will not be receiving any mode of assistance from the government, and that's if you don't go to federal prison, first of all. Those third parties are going to prison. This is POC 9LGJ845, and it is currently 7:36 a.m. You are going to prison while you're stalking with the state and furtherance of murder and vocalizing a threat. You're a whole psychopath stalking, and you will be documented. Stalking is a crime. You're going to be documented. POC. This is Vesta and Bonita. Ontario Fire are stalking here. The same ones that engage in criminal summoning. Maniacal psychopaths. Where the fake sun is over me at this same house, at this same intersection, 10 o'clock in the morning, and that same entity that is stalking me with the airport, stalking me, engaging in ambush conduct like I just documented the other day on Hope Boulevard, with the cursed womb. Okay, these are all cursed wombs stalking me, and they're engaging in that while I've shown you the same crime scene before, and that's speaking to the entity that is speaking. The government is not going to threaten you like that. That's what the government's doing, but that's why the government's being handled. And Paul Leon is not remaining in office. This is the City of Ontario system, and he's fully engaged in that conspiracy to murder, and because of that, he's being federally prosecuted while he is speaking, threatening me, while those psychopaths, those vagina monitors, are using helicopters to follow me around. They don't have any authority under the law. POC.